And here we are again, the big picture with myself, Keith, and Arkan. Arkan, I want, first of all, to talk to you about language and how it's used every day by all of us, yet do we actually understand what we're saying and where it comes from? And how far back do we go to unwind the messages that clearly lie within the tool we communicate with? It seems like our words have secret meanings.
Well, I am a linguist myself. I can easily say that because I studied it.
You.
And if we try to go back in history about the origins of language, it's going to take a lot more than we have here. The hard disk space that we're recording, it's going to take a lot more than that.
Can you be brief?
Yeah, I can be brief. I prefer boxes, but brief. Okay. Language has come about the time that we needed to communicate. Right?
Yep.
Communication means separation. And unity consciousness, the singularity point, the Big Bang, the consciousness cannot be explained. It can only be explained in its effects. It can only be explained like gravity. Gravity has effects, but you cannot explain gravity. It just pulls things. Consciousness is exactly that, consciousness. Language is the manifestation of consciousness. You convey a meaning, or you understand something once you start to interpret things. Like looking at nature, you find the meaning of life, but you find the meaning of life. The nature doesn't tell you anything. The nature doesn't give you anything. Just like that.
Yeah.
And the language that we use is a tool, a very powerful one.
Absolutely powerful too.
And sound in its waveform is a lot more powerful than many people have realized and come to think. And Nikola Tesla, he will come up every time we talk.
I'm sure he will. And many other names we've mentioned, yeah.
He has influenced my life in many ways, but one thing he says, if you want to understand the universe, think in terms of vibration, energy. Vibration is sound is the first manifestation of vibration. Apart from the feeling of the rumble.
Right, yeah.
You start hearing things. That's why we have 2 ears and 2 eyes and 2 hands.
The question I was asking you, it was, I was watching a video and it really made me think. It claims that all reality is designed to make us fearful, and it starts from birth. And it also states that entities want you to head to the light, to be reborn into the matrix all over again, to be controlled. And it also suggests aliens are manipulating our existence, which, when you actually think about it, and after watching this video, it doesn't actually sound all that crazy.
Well, you sound crazy to me right now. You are a conspiracy theorist, and I will just put you down.
Absolutely.
And I will kick you in the face just because you tell me the truth. Without... That's what the world has come to,
right? I'm believing all this. Believe me, I really am.
The thing is, once you start looking beyond what you see, when you start seeing the big picture, or when you start listening to the big picture, you start realizing that there is something more than what is told, what is shown, what we realize. And that is an understanding of things. Vantage is what makes the thing that you see. That's why it's called advantage or disadvantage.
Yeah.
And the vantage point is you. That's why then you need a separation. And that separation gives you some explanation or a feeling of relief that you understood something. We are all aliens, right? How can it be? Aliens, if you mean extraterrestrials, we are extraterrestrials in this whole universe because what is Terra? Terra is this planet. And beings that come from outside this planet are controlling us. Okay, that's a huge conspiracy theory. But once you start trying to see beyond the claims, then you see the bigger picture. There is a control mechanism in this planet. You are born first. You are born into a system.
Yes.
Culture, money, everything. Ethics, science, religion, whatever. Everything is a system and you are born into it. You are molded to fit into it.
Before you're born, it's all
before you're born, because it is in your genes, it is in your DNA that everything is passed down. That's why when you say stuff like that, most people will just react the first thing as the first thing I said. They will not try to believe you.
It sounds crazy. You know,
Why is that? Why does it sound crazy? Because it disturbs the cozy ignorance that we people tend to live in.
Our very own comfort zone.
Exactly.
If you like, isn't it?
You are frozen as a bird. You fall on the ground. You think you're going to die. Then a cow comes and shits on you.
Yeah.
You are in that feces, getting warmed up. Oh, yes, this is good. Then you realize you're in actual skata. Oh, my. What is this? It stinks. But it was the thing that saved you. That's why incubation, being in prison or being prepared for something is good when you are free to break out.
Are we prepared for something, though?
Yes, we have come to this point in 26,000 years. How can I say this confidently? Because everything points in that direction, and there is no compass that I'm using other than my intuition. When I want to know if something is true or not, when I want to really get to the bottom level of something that I want to question, I don't ask anyone. Because I don't claim that I know everything. I just have a compass in my body.
But again, we would all have a different opinion as to that question you would ask, wouldn't we?
Of course, but the opinion is your opinion. It will differ because, like I said last time, we are in this standard of being unique. That's why everyone will have a different opinion on something. Once we start realizing that all those different opinions are just looking at the same point from different angles, and the point is still the same, then we will come to a conclusion or unity.
Right, language then, it struck me quite, you're told, we believe that our language came from blah, 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 so many years ago. And if
someone coined all the
we were
words.
invaded by so on, and then the language changed. But I'm quite disturbed, having watched this video. I'm not disturbed, but it's opened my mind slightly that, some of this language.
We have to talk about which video you're talking about so that people can realize what it is.
Okay.
It's Chiron Last. You will see the name of it on the video.
Sure.
You can watch it for yourself. You can you have to judge for yourself.
You do.
And we will go past beyond judgment at some level, but we're not there yet. That's why you can see for yourself and decide for yourself. We have watched it and we have had different opinions.
Well, I'm totally lost for words in a sense. I mean, it's crazy, but it actually makes sense, if that makes sense.
Yes, that makes sense to me, because the crazier it is, the more plausible it becomes, because it is that crazy.
Yeah.
Come on, think about it. Trillions of cells coming together, which you call a body, have a consciousness which you cannot explain, which science says is a byproduct of your brain.
Right.
And that brain does not consist of any ideas, any images, any sound, nothing, no memory of it. It's not there. It's not physically there as we say it, but it still is there. We're talking. How does it come? We cannot explain it. Why cannot we explain it? Because we're trying to explain something which we use by using the same thing.
Sure, we are called creatures of habit, but, we're not, are we?
We are all creatures of habit in an individual way. We react in our own individual ways to stuff. We are programmed for that. We program ourselves. The society programs us. Education programs us. What we eat programs us. Everything has a program. Once you start seeing that there is a program, then you are free to go beyond it. There's nothing holding you back, because everything on this part of the universe is free will. Free will is an illusion once you are not free. And free will, as long as it's talked about, is not free. It comes with a price.
Yeah.
Awakening is the price. Mm-hmm. Once you're awakened, you are not going to be cozy, comfortable in sleep slumber.
Right, I think I've got all that. I'm going to mention one name to you, which obviously it's going to strike your heartstrings. Stephen Hawking.
Oh my.
Okay. Now, he said space travel recently is essential for mankind's future as it helps helps drive scientific advances and provides a form of life insurance for the survival of the human race. He was speaking about this to a Spanish newspaper, El Mundo, when he was asked if he believes investment in space exploration is worth it. Many other scientists have said spending billions on space missions is wasteful. Space exploration has driven and continues to drive major scientific and technological advances, he said, adding that it can represent a life insurance for our future. Should we be looking at space? Should we be looking at space?
Yes, we should be looking in space to, have an awesome time because it's the past. It's a time machine right up there. It's millions of years ago, not now.
Yeah.
They may not be there once we start moving in that direction. I'm talking about the stars.
Yeah.
If we're talking about the planetary system, let's say Mars. How far is Mars from here?
It's a long way.
It's a long way, right? What is closer?
Well,
oceans. Why am I coming up with this answer every time we come up with space exploration? Because
exactly, I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean, we don't know what we're doing. We think we know what we're doing going to space. We don't know. I mean, okay, fine. We'll laugh about down the oceans, but why not?
It's 70% water, this planet, right?
Yeah.
We're living on the planet, not in the planet.
On it.
We haven't gone in the planet. Try spending all that time, effort, energy, blah, 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 to go inwards. Maybe you'll find something that is going to work better than trying to be in the space. It sounds cool. I'm in the space, floating, but you can float in the water. And gravity will help you a lot more to conserve energy.
You were saying a while ago to me that if it's possible to imagine something, it can become reality, or it will become reality. Now we do have many programs. We've had programs on TV, and many people have wondered about space. And we can do this. We can go to Mars. We can go to the moon. Blah blah blah. But no one's, as far as I know, ever sort of thought about or had a program or a film about living underwater.
There have been.
Have they?
Yeah. Not recently, but there have been. There was a guy, the guy from Atlantis. He had.
Oh yeah.
He had to touch water or be near or be submerged to be able to live outside water for some time. Blah blah. It was a series, and there have been ideas like 20,000 feet,
20,000 leagues under the sea. Yeah.
That's another Jules Verne. If he imagined something by then, most probably it was real, and most probably it'll come to fruition.
Do you think we will start maybe? Well, before we go out there, let's try in here. Do you think we will?
You know why everything is directed outwards to the space? Because the world is being prepared for an alien invasion. When I say this, it sounds crazy. It sounds stupid. But look at all the movies. The movies will tell you what will happen in the future. Because that is what the scientists are aspiring for.
Yeah.
What the society is being prepared for. Like teleportation. Like wireless communications. Like holograms. Blah, blah, blah. Everything is preparing you. Preparing you for the outer space. Because while we're looking at it, they're still digging the ground, taking out the blood of Mother Earth, petroleum.
Sure.
And finishing up all the supplies of this planet. Why is gold that valuable? No one says. No one knows. All the cultures have valued gold. Why? Did they have electricity by then because it was the best conductor of all? There are a lot more uses than that.
Yeah.
I know that, but I have made my research in it. But apart from that, if someone tells you to look at a place, they may be stealing your money.